It's 1982. The bright lights and cheerful music of the very first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza fill the air, but something sinister is happening just beneath the surface. A young girl named Charlotte Emily watches in horror as William Afton, the charming, well-dressed co-founder of the restaurant, lures a little boy away from the crowd and into the back rooms. Charlotte knows what that means. She screams for help. She begs the parents nearby to do something, to look, to listen. But nobody moves. Nobody cares. They turn away, wrapped up in pizza and birthday songs, completely indifferent to a child's cries. So Charlotte does something brave. She goes after the boy herself. Her best friend Vanessa, William's own daughter, pleads with her not to, but Charlotte pushes through anyway. It doesn't end well. William Afton finds her, and with terrifying calm, he stabs her. Charlotte falls through a trapdoor built into the restaurant stage and lands below, where an animatronic figure, the marionette, a pale, long-limbed puppet, cradles her as she dies. The incident is buried. The original Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is quietly shut down, but William doesn't stop. He opens another location in the franchise, and there he murders 5 more children. Those children's souls will not rest quietly. Fast forward to 2002, 20 years after Charlotte's death, and about 2 years after William Afton finally met his end, killed by the very spirits of the children he had destroyed. The horror of what happened at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has faded from tragedy into local legend. People have twisted the story into something almost campy, almost fun. So much so that the town is throwing its very first Fazfest, a festival celebrating the creepy lore of the old pizza chain. Meanwhile, for 11-year-old Abby Schmidt, none of this is a punchline. She misses her friends. Not human friends. The animatronics. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. She knows the child's spirits that lived inside those machines were real, and she grieves them. She keeps asking her older brother Mike to repair the animatronics at the old franchise location so they can connect again. Mike, who worked there as a night security guard and knows exactly how dangerous those ghosts can be, keeps making excuses. He believes the spirits have moved on. He thinks it's safer for Abby not to go back. Abby doesn't buy it. Eventually, she gets tired of waiting and sneaks back to the old franchise location herself. Mike finds her there, and after a moment of frustration, he lets his guard down and apologizes for lying to her. While they're there, they find something odd. A small talking toy called the Faz Talker. It's just a child's gadget, but it will become much more important very soon. Across town, the adult Vanessa is quietly falling apart. She's a local police officer now, but the weight of her father's crimes and the abuse she suffered under him never left. She carries it everywhere. She's trying to hold it together, but every day is a battle. Meanwhile, a trio of ghost hunters named Lisa, Alex, and Rob have gotten permission to explore the original Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Not the franchise location Mike used to work at, but the very first restaurant. The one from 1982. The one that was sealed up. Their tour guide is a security guard also named Michael, though this Michael's carrying his own dark secret that won't become clear until later. Inside the old, decaying restaurant, Lisa makes a discovery. There's a music box. Old, dusty, and ticking softly. She doesn't know what it is or what it's keeping at bay. She reaches out and turns it off. That's a mistake. The marionette wakes up. The spirit inside it is Charlotte. Angry, grief-stricken Charlotte, who spent 20 years trapped inside that animatronic, watching the world move on without justice. Now she's free, and she's furious. The marionette reaches out and possesses Lisa, taking over her body like a puppet wearing a puppet. Then it activates the restaurant's toy animatronics. Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and the others. Sleek, brightly colored versions of the original gang, but now under Charlotte's control. Alex and Rob don't make it out. The marionette, wearing Lisa's face, has a plan. And it's only just getting started. Back home, Abby gets a message on the Faz Talker. It's from Toy Chica. Abby, thrilled, assumes this must be her old friend Chica, the same spirit she used to know. She doesn't realize this is a different animatronic entirely. She doesn't realize she's being manipulated. Toy Chica tells Abby to come visit, and Abby, trusting, and lonely, does exactly that. She sneaks out to the original restaurant where Toy Chica helps her build a robot for her school science fair. It feels like the friendship she's been missing. It feels wonderful. When Vanessa finds out Abby has been going to the original restaurant, she's alarmed. She knows something is wrong. She goes to Mike and tries to warn him. But Mike has been doing his own digging. He's learned about Charlotte's murder and, more importantly, he's learned about Vanessa's connection to all of it. He doesn't want to hear it. So Vanessa goes to the original restaurant alone. She finds the marionette. She finds what's left of Lisa. And before she can do anything about it, the possessed Lisa captures her. The animatronics, however, have one major limitation. There are safeguards built into the old restaurant that prevent them from leaving the building. As long as those safeguards are in place, Charlotte's revenge is contained. She's back at school, where her science project, the robot she worked so hard on, gets torn apart by Mr. Berg, her harsh, dismissive teacher. It's humiliating and heartbreaking. So she does what feels natural. She goes back to Toy Chica. And Toy Chica, knowing exactly what she's doing, asks Abby for a favor. She tells Abby there's something keeping them trapped inside. She asks her to disable the safeguards. Abby, sweet, trusting, grieving Abby, does it. She walks through the old restaurant and shuts them down one by one. The doors are open. The toy animatronics are free. At the same time, Mike is getting crucial information. He visits Henry Emily, Charlotte's father, played with quiet devastation by Skeet Ulrich, who tells him about his daughter's death and what the marionette really is. Henry gives Mike a new music box explaining that it can lull the marionette back to sleep. He tells Mike to leave it at the original restaurant for Charlotte. But when Mike checks in on Abby's school, he's told she's gone missing. He races to the original restaurant. Before he arrives, things escalate fast. Toy Chica appears at Abby's school and kills Mr. Berg, the teacher who humiliated her, who dismissed her, who represents exactly the kind of adult Charlotte hates. The other toy animatronics pour out into the town, hunting parents. Charlotte wants revenge. She watched adults ignore a child screaming for help. Now she's making them pay. Mike gets to the original restaurant and finds Vanessa still trapped. He frees her. She immediately goes after the toy animatronics. Mike stays behind, doing what he's become good at, holding down the fort alone while everything goes wrong around him. He tracks the animatronics remotely and tries to fend off something even worse, the withered animatronics, the broken, decaying prototype versions of the original gang that are still lurking in the old building's walls and back rooms. They're horrifying. Half-finished, missing parts, still moving. Then comes the cruelest twist. The marionette abandons Lisa's corpse and hides itself inside Toy Chica. From there, it reaches out to Abby directly and possesses her. Charlotte's spirit slides into the little girl like a hand into a glove. Abby is gone. Mike realizes they're outnumbered and outmaneuvered. He makes a desperate decision. He abandons the original restaurant and rushes back to the franchise location, the one where Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy used to be. The animatronics that Abby's real friends lived inside, he pleads with them. He begs the possessed animatronics to help save her. Mike and Vanessa converge on Mike's own home, where the confrontation finally arrives. Mike takes out the music box Henry gave him and plays it. The melody floats through the air, and slowly, reluctantly, the marionette is pulled back towards sleep. The possession breaks. Abby collapses and wakes up as herself again, dazed and frightened but alive. But there's no moment to breathe. The toy animatronics have followed. They surround the house, and with them is the security guard Michael, Vanessa's brother, William Afton's son. He steps forward and makes clear what he wants: to continue his father's work, to keep killing. He commands the toy animatronics to destroy Mike, Vanessa, and Abby. Then the front door bursts open. The spirits of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, Abby's real friends, the ones who loved her, tear into the toy animatronics. It's a brutal, crashing collision of metal and fury. The possessed animatronics fight for the children, just as those children once fought for each other. The toy animatronics are destroyed, but the moment it's over, the safeguards kick back in and force the possessed animatronics to shut down too. Their fight is over. Michael Afton slips away in the chaos and escapes. As the animatronics go still and dark, they manage one last warning. They tell Mike and Abby that they can no longer hold him back. Something, or someone, has been contained, and without them standing guard, that's about to change. Mike picks up Abby and walks out. He turns to Vanessa and tells her plainly, "Stay away." He doesn't trust her anymore, not with her blood, not with her secrets. She watches them go without a word. Alone now, Vanessa stands in the wreckage. The music box has gone quiet. And then, slowly, inevitably, the marionette finds her. Its long fingers reach out and Vanessa's expression goes blank. Charlotte has a new host. Somewhere across town at the franchise location, the one Mike used to guard, the one where 5 murdered children spent years haunting the halls, something shifts in the dark. Deep in the building, a large animatronic suit sits where it has always sat. Inside it are the remains of William Afton, crushed and trapped there by the spirits of his victims years ago. The suit activates. And that is the recap of the movie called Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching.